This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, that certainly was an ugly finale against the Athletics. I'm going to tell you how I watched the first inning in just a few moments, but really, dropping 2 out of 3 to the Yankees, that's rough enough. Dropping 2 out of 3 to the Athletics, that's rough. A 2-4 homestand, that is abysmal. And with that, we welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and storyteller. As a kid of the 1980s, I occasionally watch Red Sox games on a small black and white TV. Former big league pitcher Scott McGregor once told me I was the person who had more useless information than anyone he had ever come across. And today, I still consider that a great compliment. Our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast presented by 5-Hour Energy. Enough with boring, flavorless caffeine. Time to give your caffeine a flavor upgrade with 5-Hour Energy shots. Go to 5hourenergy.com or Amazon today. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast also available on the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you download your podcast. Yes, we do want to hear from you. Our first-timers, our everydayers, our royal rooters. If you're with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, hit that comment button and join the Red Sox conversation. Down 3-0, 4 batters in. Brayan Bello, you certainly did not get the job done.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I knew I was going to have a bad Thursday right off the top of the bat. I had to shell out a ton of money for a new hot water heater. So as the gentlemen are replacing the old hot water heater, was just about to blow completely, and we were going to be in for a flood in our basement and our TV room. Well, that didn't happen, but a lot of money later, hey, new hot water heater. But as I'm talking to them and they're kind of getting themselves situated, I come to the TV, top of the first inning. I hear, first Nesson reference, Dave O'Brien's voice. I hear Will Middlebrooks, and I'm thinking, Will doesn't sound too happy. It's 3-0. 4 batters in. Brayan Bello is down 3-0. That's great. Nice job, Brayan Bello. Way to show up. Butler, double. Rooker, 2-run home run. Kurtz, double. Soderstrom, RBI base hit. 4 hitters and 16 pitches in. The Red Sox are down 3-0. The Red Sox try to come back. They get a run in the first. They get a home run from David Hamilton in the second. Then they pretty much do nothing until Story homers late. You want a number of the day? This is an ugly one. 3 base runners, 3 batters reached against Ginn in the bullpen from the second inning on, including Story's home run. Story's home run coming, with nobody on base. 2 solo home runs in the ballgame. That in the 8th inning made it 5-3. By the way, Trevor Story. He's been great defensively all season long. You have to give him that. But 2 costly errors resulting in 2 unearned runs against Bello and then the bullpen, that can happen here in September. You don't have a 22, 23-year-old shortstop out there. You have a veteran in Trevor Story who's been great defensively at shortstop all season long. So Alex Cora does what he should have done. Bello done after 4 runs, 3 earned. Peyton Toley comes on. Toley, 4 strikeouts in his 3 innings. The run he gave up, that was an unearned run. As that came in the 7th inning and made it a 5-3 ball game. And you're thinking MacGyver lines out, Butler a single, a stolen base, Rooker ground out. That moved the runner along to third. Kurtz then reaches on the error, and Butler scores the second error of the game by Trevor Story. And I don't want to say he nonchalanted a throw to first base, but I don't think he realized that Kurtz was busting it down the line. So previous 4 games, no errors. And foolish me, I thought to myself, earlier in the day on Thursday as I was getting some notes ready. Wow, 4 straight scoreless games, 4 games without an error, 8 of the previous 9. 2 costly errors by Trevor Story. But Brayan Bello, first inning, and Will Middlebrooks mentioned it, the A's get after you in the first inning. They're up there aggressive. But JT Ginn, and tip your cap to JT Ginn, as he did a terrific job in picking up the win. Ginn in the bullpen, he finished up with 6 in a row. 6 innings. And he did a terrific job. He retired 12 in a row And 15 of the final 16 that he faced. Retired the side 1-2-3 on 6 pitches in the 5th inning. Duran, ground out. Story, pop out. Bregman, fly out. Inning over. And then you had the murderer's row of Yoshida, Lowe, and Wong in the 6th inning. They went down 1-2-3, and Ginn was done with his day. Then the bullpen. Kelly, Hamilton, strike out in the 7th. Eaton, a single. Raffaella hits into a 6-4-3 double play. I'm giving you basic play-by-play of every inning here because I just want you to know how ugly it truly was. Hey, I've always been positive about this team for the most part. I have believed that I believe last year's team should have been a playoff team. It's not looking good right now. You got 9 left. Guardians, by the way, and I said it on MLB Game Night, and I'll be hosting MLB Game Night with Lindsey Crosby over the next 3 nights, so you can join us there as well, part of the Lock On Podcast Network. I said it probably 10, 15 days ago. Is there a team that's outside looking in either the American League or National League that can rattle off 11, 12 wins out of 13 or 14? The Guardians have done that within a game and a half. You have to take care of your own business here. You've got 9 left. And you know what you're doing this weekend? You've got your ace on the mound Friday against the Rays, so maybe that establishes something. But then you've got Kyle Harrison, who's going to make his first big league start with the Red Sox in his second appearance overall. Then the rookie, Connolly Early, in the finale. But next week against the Blue Jays, as that's going to be an important series. And Will Middlebrook said it. Hey, the Red Sox can do this over there. They can go 5-4 over their final 9. They have the tiebreaker. So they have that advantage over Cleveland right now. And the Guardians are going to have to continue to play at a torrid pace, which they've now been doing for almost 2 weeks in terms of games. Can they continue that? That's going to be awfully hard. But the lead, you had the second wild card. You go 2-4 in this homestand. The Red Sox have now lost 4 of their last 5 series at home, at Fenway. Prior to that, they were world beaters at home. That's not the case anymore. If you're near the panic button, I'm not talking about you as a Royal Rooter. If you're Alex Cora, you're not going to push the panic button. But within that clubhouse right now, and you're getting on the plane to go down to Florida, and you're right back at it on Friday, first of 3 against the Rays, who have scuffled here of late. They were on a winning streak. Now they're losing games again. But man, oh man, you got to take 2 out of 3. A must win Friday night in game 1 of the series for the Red Sox. An absolute must win. Because Giolito didn't get it done. Bello certainly didn't get it done. And now you have Crochet in game 1. And it's not going to be easy. Crochet, Harrison, Early versus Rasmussen, Hauser, and Pepia. Then, right now, it's lined up with Gausman, Bassett, and Scherzer. 3 right-handers for the Blue Jays Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, next week in Toronto. And as I talk about the Blue Jays, I want to remind you, when the Red Sox and Blue Jays played earlier in the season, I believe it was a series at Fenway. I think it was Dave O'Brien who said it. Basically, the Blue Jays had come into that series, and they had the Red Sox teetering. They wanted to bury them in that series. They're going to want to do the same next week. And they've got 3 right-handers. Gausman has pitched well. Bassett has pitched well. He's pitched well. And again, these guys can blow it up. But Gausman recently with a complete game shutout. And then you get Scherzer in the finale. But you've got it lined up the way you want it. These guys have to execute. And I'm tired of hearing Roman Anthony's out of the lineup. Wilyer Abreu out of the lineup. The guys who are in the lineup should produce. But 3 base runners? This lineup. So, again, I was talking with the guys putting in the hot water heater system in our house. Missed the top of the, some of the top of the first inning. Got it was 3-0. They were, Bale got the final 2 outs on a double play. Then in the 9th inning, went and picked up my son at high school, came home, listened to a little bit of Will, the Hall of Famer Joe C. and Mike Monaco on the postgame show on the radio side as the Red Sox went down 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the 9th inning against Hogan Harris. Who knows? Hogan Harris might turn into the next Jason Isringhausen with the A's, or Billy Koch with the A's, or, the latest guy, Mason Miller. He might turn into their legit closer for the future. But he retired. He worked 2 scoreless innings, gave up a hit, gave up the home run, but got the final 3 outs. Mark Kotze believed in him, and he got the job done against the 3 hitters in the bottom half of the 9th inning as they went pinch hitter, pinch hitter, pinch hitter. Narvaez out. Refsnyder retired. Sogard retired. Ball game over. By the way, managing just 7 base hits, committing 2 costly errors, and you walk only once. If I were painting a picture right now, it would not be a Picasso. It would not be a work of genius. It would not be magnificent. I'm painting as negative a picture right now as you can, and those are the highlights of the negatives for the Red Sox on Thursday. 2-4 homestand. That's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. As I said in the open, as I say often, we want to hear from you, our first-timers, our everydayers, our Royal Rooters. We get your comments next. We continue on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. I've got numbers of the day, but they're all ugly. We could share some of those with you as well. And our Locked On Red Sox postcast on this Thursday is presented by 5-Hour Energy. Caffeine just got a flavor upgrade. 5-Hour Energy shots deliver tasty caffeine in 17 bold flavors. Each 2-ounce shot packs the caffeine of a premium 12-ounce cup of coffee plus 2 vitamins and nutrients with 0 sugar and 0 crashes. What you're going to love most is how portable they are. Big taste, tiny shot. You can take it anywhere and get that boost when you need it. You're going to love how fast it kicks in and that it's sugar-free. So you're not going to have to worry about crashing later on. Enough with boring, flavorless caffeine. It's time to give your caffeine a flavor upgrade with 5-Hour Energy shots. Get the flavors and the favorites that you're going to love, and be bold and try something new in store and online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon today. Locked On Red Sox postcast is also presented by Monarch Money. Hey, a lot of us have been there. I can tell you right now I've been there. A lot of people, I'll throw myself in that boat, cannot name all of their financial accounts at this point in time, even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, investments, and when you don't have a full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there is Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or on your phone. Monarch is built for people with busy lives. If you are putting off the organizing of your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all of your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, and get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. With Monarch Money, you can identify that you aren't saving as much as maybe you thought. Monarch helps you notice will help you notice inefficient investment allocation and discover forgotten 401ks from past jobs. Monarch Money helps with maximizing investments, increasing your savings rate, easily reviewing finances with your partner or your financial advisor, keeping a clear view of your financial health week to week and long term. Don't let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off on your first year. Again, that's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. Hey, don't forget you can continue the baseball and the Red Sox conversation. Hit me up and follow on the X at Lennox on Baseball. And a reminder as well, Gabby Maljanian hits on every Red Sox storyline, has you covered with the Locked On Red Sox podcast Monday through Friday. Gabby's Locked On Red Sox podcast available wherever you get your podcasts. Red Sox drop a 5-3 decision. And, it's one thing where you're losing close games. 111 errors, by the way, on the season. That's something they may want to address for 2026. Not being one of the top teams in baseball in terms of committing errors and low fielding percentage as well. The Red Sox continue to play games decided by 3 runs or less. They did not get to that magic number of 5, where basically they've won an awful lot, won certainly a lot more than they've lost in their last 30-plus games when they score 5 or more runs in a game. But the Red Sox just right now involved in so many games decided by 3 runs or less. They've had, 16 of their previous 31 games decided by 3 runs or less. So they've been in games, but like Thursday, they've had to fight from behind. And I'm really disappointed in Brayan Bello. I really am. You're down 3-0, 4 batters in. That's brutal. And that's 2 starts in a row. And his comments after the Yankees lost last time out was, hey, the light went on. I wasn't ready to compete. We're not in April, May, June. This is not acceptable. It's just not. You're called upon, and you had a good stretch where everyone wanted to believe you're a legit number 2, or at least you're in the top 3 in rotation, and you're giving your team a shot every time out. 3 runs allowed, 4 batters in, 16 pitches. You weren't ready. You didn't get ready enough in the bullpen. You were not mentally ready to pitch to this lineup from the get-go. Tolley, 3 innings, 3 hits, and unearned run. Didn't walk anybody, which I love. And then Weissert worked 2 scoreless innings as well, as I look for some positives. Can somebody please riddle me this? Where's the password? Where's Justinson Garcia? At least maybe he could run into one. He's homered in AAA. I haven't heard his name since he went down. But you continue to throw out, and Hamilton hits a home run. He ran into one. Had a great big smile on his face, put the Wally helmet on, 5th home run of the season, but 2 solo home runs. Alex Bregman, it's not happening. You want to do something else? And Trevor Story mentioned this. One more point before we get to your comments. Will Middlebrooks mentioned this early on in the game. Not a lot was written, even on social media, even on X. The response from Cedar Rafaela after he was pinch hit for last night when Sogard got the job done in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Maybe it's simply, hey, you know what? I would have pinch hit for me too. But not a lot was written about. Didn't see anything about it. Reaction or, Alex Cora, how big of a decision was that? How hard of a decision was that to make? And Cedar Rafaela goes home last night. This is the way it's going to be. They don't have confidence in me. I don't have confidence in me. And I'm not getting the job done. And on his birthday Thursday, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Bregman had a base hit and a walk, but not enough. 1 home run now in 30-plus games for Alex Bregman and not enough RBIs. You're batting number 2, number 3 in the lineup, and you're not knocking in runs. Alex Bregman, 1 home run now in his last 32 games, 7 RBIs in his last 29. That can't happen from Alex Bregman. And all around, yes, Roman Anthony going out of the lineup, but also Alex Bregman's going to opt out of his contract at the end of the season. Well, yeah, that was almost a given. That was going to happen. But thank you, Jeffrey Passan, for bringing up the obvious a few weeks ago. Did that put him into this current funk? No. But good luck, Alex Bregman. I got a couple of guys right now I'd put my eyes on. If Bregman and Story want to go, Giolito want to go, we could spend the money elsewhere. There's a shortstop that plays north of the border. He's injured right now. There's a first baseman in New York that's the team's all-time leading home run hitter. I'd maybe flirt with them in the offseason. I went down that road. I'm not going any further. Let's hear from you. Who's our leadoff hitter? Get into it. Hear from our Royal Rooters. Andrew the GOAT. Waste of my time watching the Red Sox. This year, I'm done watching them. This year, after losing twice to the Athletics at home. It is kind of, in the last couple of nights, I haven't had fun sitting down. I haven't been looking forward to these games. Last night was 3 hours plus. Andrew the GOAT, though, I'm done watching them this year. I don't believe you there, Andrew. And if you watch them again, I expect you to be on board here and let us know that you're watching them again over the final 9 games of the regular season right here on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Don't give up on them, Andrew the GOAT. You've gone this far. 9 games left. Jan, boo. Andrew the GOAT, R.I.P. the Red Sox season. We'll see. I'm going to give Jan one more here. No spark. Why keep Bregman? He has lost it. It feels like it, doesn't it? George White, awful Bello performance again. Yes, terrible D by Story in critical situations. Absolutely. Seti, Bregman hitting under 200 in last 20-something appearances. Yeah, that wraps a lot of the numbers of the day up. Absolutely, 100%. Michael. Seems like Roman Anthony was our Scott Hatterberg, unfortunately. Also feel like this team is too talented to be struggling that way. I agree with that. Would definitely like to see coaches evaluate at Sanscora. Hey, they don't make it, Michael, and I've had this thought in the last 48 hours. This is an overall evaluation of the entire organization from Craig Breslow down. Breslow really, for the second time in 2 trade deadlines for him on his resume, didn't provide enough. You couldn't foresee the injuries. Wilyer Abreu apparently is not going to at least start on this road trip. You need Wilyer Abreu. You really do. George White. I think we were up in wild card by 6 2 weeks ago. It was close to that. We have been Trash 10 losses out of the last 15 games at home. Yeah, this home, and if you're going to go and do a complete evaluation of this organization, even if you do make it as a wild card, you need to be better next year. Got a lot of people coming back from injury, yeah, but you've got a lot of things to tinker with, and these guys can't just be happy to be in the big leagues. Angel, Angel. Red Sox pitchers need 10 days rest. Yeah, there's no rain. Well, I mean, you could get a rain out, I guess, but a rain out actually wouldn't help because you'd have to play 2 over the weekend in Tampa. You don't want that right now. Scott, every game now is crucial. Absolutely, and I think it's been that way for a couple of weeks. They can little afford to lose games, especially to supposedly inferior teams. I don't call at this point in the season the Athletics inferior team. They've played well, and they grind. Mark Kotsay deserves a lot of credit for this team. Dave O'Brien mentioned it multiple times throughout the 3-game series. They dropped 20 of 21 or 21 of 22 May, June. That really put them down, but they've played winning baseball since. And that's a tough lineup. It really is. They keep the line going. They did in the first inning. Last one, Brownie. Man, I wish this team had 30-plus homer, 100-plus RBI left-handed bat. Oh, right. We shipped him to San Fran for a bag of baseballs. Culture, my blankety blank blank. Jack Carr, I'm going to give you the last one. It's been a rough stretch, but go Sox. There you go, Jack. Let's stay positive here. Brownie, I do agree with you. Culture. I don't know about the culture stuff. I do believe the culture is there. Hey, back at it. First of 3 against the Rays, Crochet on the mound Friday night from George M. Steinbrenner Field. We're going to be on with you within minutes of the final out of Game 1 of the 3-game series against the Scuffling Rays with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. As always, we tip our cap to you, our Royal Rooters, for helping us make this the number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Again, we'll be with you Friday night within minutes of the final out. Locked On Red Sox postcast. 9 left, and it's going to go right down to that Detroit series at home next weekend against the Tigers at Fenway Park. Locked On Podcast Network, Locked On Sports, your team, your Red Sox, every day.